Hi, my name is Kaylin and I chose to study the whale shark as my endangered species. Okay, and now for some characteristics about the whale shark. To start with, the whale shark is the largest remaining fish species known to man. They average around 18 to 32 feet long, and the largest recorded was 61.7 feet long. They have an estimated lifespan of about 80 to 130 years, and they live in tropical oceans, usually not living in water under 70 degrees Fahrenheit. They are filter feeders, as seen by their large open mouth. They feed on plankton and small fish, and they have over 30 rows of teeth in their mouth, along with feeding pads. And despite their size and alarming mouth, they pose no threat to humans. Okay, now for some factors that lead to their endangerment. The first is overfishing, which in areas that are small in size, such as reefs, it leads to a decrease in the population of prey. Also, there has been several instances where the whale sharks get caught in nets, which causes them injury or other intensive harm. Second is being targeted. People hunt them for their fins or meat or skin. The third is from boat traffic. It's very common for them to be hit by the boats and cause them injury. And another one is tourism, which disrupts their feeding behavior, such as overfishing in places or constant traffic from boats. It disrupts their feeding patterns. Another one is just pollution in the air, which affects their prey or their ability to maintain in the water, or loss of habitat due to development, harmful chemicals, or just human intervention. Whale sharks are very important to the ocean and that ecosystem, as if whale sharks were to go extinct, the ocean would lose its main source of plankton management. This rising of plankton levels would cause an increase in the amount of algae in the body of water, which can be toxic to both fish and humans. It would also cause an ecosystem imbalance, as too much plankton would decrease the amount of sunlight and oxygen in the water, and overall this would decrease marine diversity and threaten ocean health. Okay, and now for our ways we can help to protect the whale sharks. The first thing we could do is just avoid buying shark products, whether it's food like fin soup, oils made from their liver or their skin, fins, anything that increases the demand for poaching of these animals. The next thing we could do is practice boating responsibly, as incidents like this have led to the injuring or killing of many animals, such as knowing where you are, obeying speed limit laws when boating out in open ocean, and also just supporting whale and shark conservation by either donating, volunteering time, spreading awareness, and educating people so they also bring awareness to the cause, and so they can also donate and volunteer. And finally, just overall reducing carbon footprint by keeping beaches clean, recycling your plastic waste to keep it out of the ocean, any efforts you can to help the ocean and the environments that the whale sharks are living in. There are already several conservation efforts put in place to protect the whale sharks, which first step was getting them listed as endangered, which ensures protection of the species and their habitats they live in. There are also many campaigns put in place to educate the coastal communities about whale sharks and their status to get them further protection. There's also programs set out to compensate fishermen who release accidentally entangled whale sharks, which helps reduce stress and prevent them from further injury. And finally, the World Wildlife Fund uses satellite tags, sonar devices, and underwater cameras to study whale habitats to gather information, even so far as gathering information on specifically identified individuals by their stripes or spotted colors to keep track of them and their behaviors. Looking at conservation from a Christian worldview standpoint is incredibly important. First aspect to think of is that God created every creature and said they were good. In Genesis 1:25, it says, God made the wild animals according to their kinds, the livestock according to their kinds, and all the creatures that move along the ground according to their kinds, and God saw that it was good. It shows that God has love for all of his creatures and that he created them all uniquely and individually. Then it says, when God created humans, he ordered them to be responsible for the animals, which is seen in Genesis 1:28. It says, God blessed them and said to them, be fruitful and increase in number, fill the earth and subdue it, rule over the fish in the sea, the birds in the sky, and over every living creature that moves on the ground. In other translation, it says, be responsible for. As humans, our duty is to look out for God's creation, and we are to protect the creatures that God loves as he ordered us, and how as he loves and protects us, as we are to live in the image of God.